Boy, I long for lasting freedom. Sometimes I guilt myself. I'm like, Victoria, at your age, you should be there, done that kind of thing. That's just not a godly thought. I can kind of
Right.
recognize that very quickly. And that is the first R. It's to recognize what you're thinking, the self-awareness that it's required. If God tells us what to think about, that means we have to already be thinking about what we're thinking about and recognizing any thought that you may be having or engaging that might lead you into a direction that is unhealthy or that causes angst within you or that may in and of itself be not true. There are all kind of thoughts that we have, and some are just benign thoughts, like here is my water jug right here. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that thought. It doesn't even lead me in a bad direction, though it could if I guilt myself over the fact that I'm not drinking water, something like
Mm.
that. So you'll have to figure out what is it that I'm thinking about. Even happy thoughts or seeing a photograph of your children could make you feel very happy, but it also could make you feel very guilty, depending on maybe you think, oh, I wasn't a great mother or something like that. So it's all very situational. But the point here is to first of all, recognize what you're thinking about. You might even want to jot that down. When I was overcoming depression so many years ago, that's exactly what I did. Because scientists will tell us that we have anywhere between 6,000 and 60,000 thoughts. And the Bible says, take every thought captive. And I'm like, you're kidding me. There's no way. But scientists also tell us, and they do a lot of fMRI imaging where they're looking at your brain activity, and they've determined also that the lion's share of your thoughts are repeated and they're negative. So it may not be as hard as it sounds to begin to isolate some of those thoughts. And I think you'll find that you're having repeated thoughts quite often as you start writing them down. You may even notice some thoughts that are thought clusters, and they're very similar, and it's like a little domino effect. You have one thought which leads to another, and you're just repeating that over and over, and that's kind of your default. Whether you write it down or verbalize it, I highly suggest writing it down. Some people keep a thoughts journal to try to recognize what they're thinking about. And then once you figure out, this is the most tender thought to me, this is the most difficult and challenging thought to me, or thought cluster to me, that's the one that you can kind of say, okay, Lord, let's go. We're going to really work and drill down on this one